In this tutorial, you will learn how to create a single subject reversal design using Microsoft Office 2007. The first thing you're going to do is in cell A1, enter session number. Tab over to cell B1 and type data. Then go to the cell below A1 and type all however many sessions you collected data. Okay, I'm going to say I collected data for 15 sessions. Then under the B column, under data, you want to enter your data that you collected. All the way down to the end of the sessions. Okay, so your data collection should look something like this right here that you entered. To the right of the data, I entered Q's to indicate that this is baseline all through here, all this data, and then at cell B6, intervention was started, just to indicate this. This will help you when you graph later on. And then cell 10, we return to baseline, so that's what this information is. And then cell 14B shows that, once again, we intervened. So you're going to take with your left clicker and highlight session number data all the way down to the end of your data. You're going to release your left clicker, then you're going to go up to the top of the screen, and on the second tab you're going to select Insert. Under the section Charts here, you're going to select Line. Scroll down to the second row, first tile, which is Line with Markers, and that's what you're going to select. Click it once with your left clicker, and this is what your graph should look something like this. First thing you want to do is get rid of this session number line that goes all the way through your graph. So you're going to select one of the data points once with your left clicker. As you can see, all of the data points are selected. Then you're going to select with the right clicker one time, you're going to click on it, and a drop-down menu shows up. You're going to select Delete. And you can see that erased all of that from our graph and from the legend over here. Next, you're going to select the data that you have left once with your left clicker and then once with the right click. On the drop-down menu, you're going to go to Format Data Series. And this, something like this should show up. You're going to select Marker Options on the far left column. Marker Fill. You're going to select Marker Fill on the far left, and then you're going to select Solid Fill. And this will give you an option of color down here towards the bottom. And you're just going to select black. You can see over here all of the data points have turned to black. Next, you want to select Line Color on the far left menu. Then under Line Color, you're going to select Solid Line. Under Color, you're going to click on that. A drop-down menu, you're going to select the color black. Finally, on the far left column, you're going to select Marker Line Color one time. Under Marker Line Color, you're going to select Solid Line, and it's already black. If it's not selected black already, you're going to click on the drop-down menu and select black. Then you're going to exit, click Close on the bottom right-hand corner. Next, you want to remove the lines, the horizontal lines in your chart. So you're going to click on one of the lines one time with your left clicker. These little round dots indicate that all of them have been selected. Then you're going to click once with your right click on one of the lines, and on the drop-down menu, select Delete. And that takes all the horizontal lines away. Between phases, you don't want connecting lines on your data points. This is your data point. This here, this here, this here. So, you come over here and look at the data you entered, and you can see the intervention started in session number 5, because we indicated that here. So, over here on the graph, you're going to click once on session number 5. You can see all the data points are selected, so click it one more time, and just that one session 5 data point will be highlighted. So then you're going to right click on the drop down menu, select Format Data Point. On the left menu, you're going to select Line Color, and on Line Color, select No Line. As you can see over here, it already took the line out between session 4 and session 5 data points. Then select Close, and that's the way it should look. Remember that when you have 2 data points and you want the line removed between them, you select the higher number and it will delete behind that number. So if it's sessions 4 and 5 was the change in intervention, then you're going to select 5. If we look back at our data, baseline was returned in session number 9. So we're going to select session 9 over here once with our left clicker, and only that one session was highlighted. So we can go ahead and right click on it, scroll down to Format Data Point. On the left hand column, select Line Color, and then select No Line. Then close. You can see that data point, the line was removed between the data points. So go to your next one, which was 13. It's selected by itself, so we're going to right click, scroll down to Format Data Point, scroll down to Line Color, select No Line, close. Okay, all of our phases have now been separated, and the lines between data points have been removed. Next, you want to select the legend over here on the far right hand side. If you have one, select it, left click it one time, then right click one time, scroll on the drop down menu to delete, and that will delete that. Next, you want to change the title of your chart if it's generated one. So you're going to select it once with your left clicker and then one more time. Delete whatever is there. And give it whatever title is associated with your study. Okay, I chose running distance because I'm just giving you an example here. Then you want to go up to the top of your program and select Layout at the top of your program. Then under Labels, you're going to select Axis Titles. Scroll down to Primary Horizontal Axis. You're going to choose the second option, Title Below Axes. Alright, so you can see it added this in here, and it automatically, if you click right here, you can enter your data, or the title of your data, This is going to say the day, and just push enter, and it will enter that information down here. Then you're going to come back up to the panel labels, select axes titles again, or axes. Then you're going to scroll down to the second option, which is primary vertical axes, and then on the next drop down menu you're going to select rotate title. Now this is selected, so that means you can come up here, click once, and enter your data. Miles ran. Then just push enter, and it will automatically enter your title right here. Next, you want to enter your phase change lines. So you're going to go to the top, and on the second tab you're going to select Insert. The second panel, Illustrations, there's a tab called Shapes. You're going to select that once, then come down to the first row, second option, which is Line. Select that one time. Come down to the bottom of your first phase with your cursor. Now you can simply left click and drag your cursor up to the top and it will make a line, but if you want to make sure it's exactly straight up and down, you want to select Shift. So press down on Shift and hold it, and then with your left clicker you're going to click down with your left clicker while holding Shift and drag it up as high as you want it to go. We want it to go to about the top of the graph. Then release both the Shift and the left clicker. There we have a phase change line. As you can see, the phase change line is selected, indicated by the dots right here, so you want to right click, on the drop down menu you want to select Format Shape, Line Style, you want to go to Dash Type. There should be a drop down menu, go down to the fourth option, which is Dash, select that, and then Close. As you can see, this has become a dashed line. Now for this graph that I'm doing here, we need two more of these phase change lines. So I'm going to right click on the line, and on the drop down menu you want to select Copy. Then somewhere in the graph you want to just select Paste. So I'm going to right click here, somewhere in the graph. Right click on the drop down menu, select Paste, and it actually pasted it right on top of the other one that I just copied. So I'm going to left click and move it over to the phase change where I want it to be, and release. Then I need to make one more, so I already copied it, so I'm going to right click, scroll down to Paste, and it's going to paste another one right on top of the original one. So I'm going to come over here, left click to select it, and move it over to next phase change. Next, you want to put in titles on top of your phases, label your phases, your phase change. So at the top you're going to go select the tab Insert. Under the text panel you're going to select Text Box. and above the first phase change, click down once with your left clicker. A box with a cursor will show up. Type in baseline. If you want to resize the text box down to fit the text, it will be easier to move. I'm going to left click it. When the cursor turns into the four-way arrow, you can move it. So I'm going to move it up just a little bit so it's towards the top. As you can see, it's selected by all the dots surrounding it, so I'm going to right click it. On the drop down menu, I'm going to select copy, and then over here, that's not going to work. Okay. So you need to do this 3 more times. So go to Insert, under the text panel, select text box. Resize if you need to, and get that in line with the other one. You're going to do this until you get all of your phases labeled. We return to baseline in this phase because this is a reversal design. So we're going to indicate that. This is phase B again. So this is what your basic graph should look like. It needs to have a title, horizontal and vertical labels. Remember that the vertical label is your dependent variable. You need to have phase change lines between each phase change. All data points need to be in black, and all your phases need to be labeled.